Eden came from the north. She was replacing another team at the Nahal Oz outpost. She was just getting a place to sleep there in the outpost. She didn't have any role in the outpost. It's an outpost of Tatzpitaniyot, observers, and Golani soldiers. And Eden and her team of other 4 combats, they were just getting a place to sleep in Nahal Oz, but the real role was to fly the drone all around the Gaza Strip when needed. And on Friday they went to sleep. On Saturday morning, early morning, they heard the rockets and they ran with the pajamas to a safe zone next to where they slept. And over there they found out another 25 soldiers, girls, who were not armed. They were unarmed. The only people with weapon was Eden and her combats. So this is also a good soldier is, even if he runs with the pajama, he takes his weapon. This is something that you must practice. And in the safe area, they heard a lot of rockets and a lot of noise, and all of a sudden there was a call on the loudspeaker saying enemy entered invention into the outpost. Now we know that there were about almost 200 terrorists invading this small outpost. They didn't know it then. So she was in her pajama. She's an officer, but no one knows her. No one knows she's an officer, but she took leadership. Immediately she took leadership. She felt compelling to the 25 soldiers she doesn't know even, so she didn't choose to run and protect herself. She decided to stay there and take ownership of the situation. So she positioned her 4 soldiers, and they actually waited for the terrorists. They heard Arabic on the outside, they heard shotguns, so they knew probably something bad is happening. There was 2 entrances, so she positioned all her soldiers on the right entrance, and she was the only one staying on the left entrance where the terrorists were supposed to come, where all the shots were heard and all the Arabic screaming were heard.
She showed them how to...
Yes, so she guided them to put a bullet into the rifle to be ready. This is something that saved their life, because about 7:45 the first terrorist came in and they already had the bullet. They could kill him. So Eden also shot him. He was dead, and then 3 grenades were thrown into the safe area. And then more terrorists, and Eden stayed there and she fight the terrorists for a few more seconds, allowing her 4 combats and 7 other girls ran away from the right side. They hid in the rooms for about 7 hours. And from what we know, Eden stayed there to fight. And only 7 hours later, special unit came and took out alive 11 girls who ran out from the safe area. So all the others who stayed in the safe area, we know some of them were killed, some of them were kidnapped to Gaza.
Eden could not leave the girls. Maybe she could run away too, but she understood that she is the leader of this shelter, and she did everything she could. She risked her life. She thought that she risked her life. We know the results, but she really led them to leave. Like, they could run to the room, they could hide. And I don't know what she thought at this moment, but she was really brave.
When the girls without weapons saw Eden as a leader, because she talked to them, she told them things that make them more calm. And parents that their girl also murdered told us that they heard about her a lot, very good things, how she took care of them, how she was so brave and took care about everybody there except herself.
Everyone said that she was a leader, but in a quiet leadership all her life. She was modest. It seems like she really liked to focus on the good things about people. And she really believed in herself. She saw only herself and how she can move on and be better.
So in this morning we got one text message at 7 o'clock, 7 and 15 minutes. She was worried about us. She told us, we are fine. Please go to your safe shelter at home. She was worried about us. And about 7:21, she sent a picture to her unit, to the Skyrider unit, proudly saying, our team, the team Nimri, is defending the safe area. And that's what we heard from her.
We used to worry about her all the time, but this time was very, very different.
Her soldier went to the hospital and came back to the home, and we didn't know nothing. We tried to talk with their parents and nothing, nobody told us nothing. Nobody from the army. We were out with ourselves, trying like every Israeli to find a connection or somebody that has a relationship that can send us some information, but nothing. Nobody know about her because she was somebody from Skyrider that just came to sleep there overnight and keep going to do the missions. We didn't know how, we didn't to talk, and we're trying to see the telegrams clips, and it was something very terrifying.
She had 2 years of great relationship with her boyfriend. He is also an officer in the Skyrider unit. And that Saturday he was also called to act as an officer in other area, and he was all the time also in parallel to his day-to-day war, he was also trying to find some information. Only on Monday noon, a soldier from the IDF came to let us know the bad news.
We really didn't want to hear the knock. I was outside at the garden with my cat, and every time we heard someone get in, it was very stressful. And every time, I heard the gate a little bit moving, it was like I started to pray, and people came because people came to be with us. But I remember this noise of the gate open, and I remember that I couldn't believe, I couldn't believe to myself that it's not going to be a bad news. I heard it, and I knew. So I really hoped someone will open the door because we really didn't want to hear the knock. And I think my father saw it from the kitchen.
From the window, so they come.
I saw him from the kitchen. I asked them to not come. I asked them to please go away.
I think deep inside, after 2 days and a half, we all had our thoughts of what had happened. We had some optimistic thoughts that maybe she's very badly wounded and she's asleep, she cannot talk, and nobody knows she's a soldier or her name because she was with her pajama. So that was our best expectation, that she's very badly wounded and asleep.
Our hopes became to be so crazy, like my father said. At the beginning, you prayed that she's just doing her mission. After a couple of hours, you pray that she's wounded or she's hiding. And then you start to pray that she's very wounded and she cannot talk. Like, who wants to pray for something like that? And we found ourselves in Monday morning praying that maybe she's kidnapped. Like, I don't think anyone can imagine that one day we will pray that someone so close for him will be kidnapped, because this was the last thing we can hope. I don't know what we could pray for at this moment, but we really tried to pray. But that Monday morning, it was really, really hard to pray for something.
We asked that the funeral ceremony began from our house, because I can't believe that she will not miss her home. She expects to come home every weekend, and she came like a combat, but then she go up and take a shower, come back like a lady, like Barbie, like beautiful blonde hair, Eden, that have dreams. I didn't believe that this will be the end, because she was promising for herself things. And when the ceremony began, I was sitting with her boyfriend in the cabin with Hadar, and we was shocked because many people were there and we didn't know what's happening actually. Only today I can explain myself what was there.
Almost half of the city of Modi'in was on the streets with flags during the memorial, and a ride that takes 10 minutes took us 1 hour. Really, with all this crowd, it was really moving.